I'm Ahmad Adib, Minister of Tourism for Maldives.
A young boy who came from a poor family, abused several times during his childhood. In his teens he started using drugs and was very much attached to hash oil. His favorite movie was Godfather, which he used to spend lot of time seeing the movie during his teens and promoting among his peers. He was hanging around with small groups of gangs and encouraged them for higher violence, drugs, and theft, and brought them to a high level of operation. He had several operating gangs which he owns when he joined Chamber of Commerce. While he was working, he tried to get connected to world mafia organizations and was introducing this small nation as the best gateway for money laundering and drug trafficking. He brought the so-called Arthur brothers and made several deals. From a custom officer he gained popularity among the regional drug trafficking cells and empowered his groups of friends who have influenced many groups by then in the capital city of Mali. His entrance to politics was using President Mahamu's two sons. His uncle, the prominent businessman, Gulf Craft Hamid, played a vital role to get him connected to President Mahamudu and PPM. With his charisma he was chosen for the tourism minister. Thus he expanded his trade route via this new network of influential friends. His main competitor was then the defense minister, retired Colonel Nazim, who were gaining more support than him among the public. He framed him and accused having a pistol to assassinate the president and was sentenced to 10 years in prison, a plot he arranged with police commis Zioner Hussein Wahid and Judge Ali Hamid. He was bidding arable lands and uninhabited islands like it was of his own property. He was transferring his money to bank accounts in overseas under his name and was sharing with his uncle Gulf Craft Hamid. Major projects were awarded to his partner in crime, Gulf Craft Hamid, with no due legal procedures. He led the enforced disappearance, or in other words, kidnapping and murdering of Rilwan, a reporter who gathered up vast clues and major evidences of Adib's corruption and made extremist Maldivians to go on jihad to Syria. He did this to get the support of the extremists so that they will be with him on any circumstance which may unfold in the future. He met his good friend Thima Mohammed Shiyam and engaged in black magic to generate popularity from President Yamin and his wife. Only recently he was chosen as the vice president of the country, a drama which was orchestrated like no other, which could never happen in any part else in the world. All thanks to Thima Shiyam, who got the black magic, turning it to bring him to the post of a vice president. When he became the vice president, infamous local drug lords, cold-blooded murders were released from jail and their records were deleted. They were allowed to roam freely as if they were innocents and continued their trade. His uncle, a drug addict and an alcoholic, Gulf Craft Hamid, couldn't resist involving in these nation-scattering underground deals, and Thima Shiyam, despite the immeasurable authorities given to him by the president. It was them who convinced Adib of having such wild dreams of becoming the president. And then one night, while partying at Gulf Craft Hamid's residence with police commissioner and fisheries minister, defense minister, the VP came with the idea of joining hands on his filthy vision to assassinate president. He told them that he could be the president of this country in the following week. The plan was carefully laid in motion on a party environment and the idea was generated. Meanwhile, the defense minister of Maldives, who goes by the name Musa Ali Jalil, and his associate Fayez, who played the biggest role in planning the assassination of President Yamin upon the instructions given by the VP, were in motion accordingly. Arms were brought illegally from Malta and were distributed to local gangs, in which the vice president was the chief executioner of the plan. According to some sources, the gangs in Maldives are way more powerful than president's cabinet. He had foreseen the violence which would erupt following the assassination attempt. He then came up with arming the local gangs to retaliate any potential uproar by President Yamin's loyalists. To him, it was very unfortunate to have the plan slipped and missed the ultimate target, the president. He missed and the president walked away. Was it luck? Or perhaps fate? Some call it a miracle that the president survived in a multiple blast that led the country to a brutal crackdown on traitors, orchestrators of this cowardly attempt to martyr the president and those above the law.
Now, female graduates are